Hi, welcome to our kitchen in Keto with Kenny. My wife and I have been in ketosis, and one of the hardest times we've had are usually during the holidays. Well, spring holidays are coming up. That means Easter, Passover, Ramadan. So we're going to focus on some springtime desserts that you can take with you to a family event or a holiday party, so that you can stay there and enjoy and have the sweets too. So we're gonna do 3. Today we're gonna do 1. That means you've got to subscribe and like so that you can get the other 2 that are coming. So today we're going to do carrot cake, one of my favorites because I love cream cheese icing. So we are going to take 2 cups of almond flour, 1 cup of coconut flour, half cup of coconut flour, a half cup of egg white powder, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, half teaspoon of salt, quarter teaspoon of cloves, 4 eggs, half a cup of avocado oil, half a cup of Swerve brown sugar or other brown sugar substitute, and half a cup of sugar sweetener. Then we're gonna take 1.5 cups of grated carrots and 1.5 teaspoon of vanilla, and throw in 1/3 cup of chopped pecans, mix it all up, bake it, stack it with some cream cheese icing. We'll go over what you need for the cream cheese icing once we've got our cakes going. So we're going to take and try to make a 4-layer cake. So if our cakes turn out wonderful, we'll make that 4-layer. If not, it could just be 1 layer for us to enjoy. So let's get started. I've already measured out the almond flour, the 2 cups, the half of cup of coconut flour, it's a little lighter, you can see, and then a half cup of our egg white powder. So we're gonna mix this together along with our baking powder, cinnamon, salt, and cloves. We're gonna get our dry ingredients first, and then we'll move to our wet ingredients. So we've got our flours already in there, so we're gonna take a tablespoon of baking powder. Then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I know you can't smell it, and I talk about it in other recipes, but it sure smells good right now where I came. Then we're gonna do a half a teaspoon of salt. Then we're gonna do our cloves. So we've got a quarter teaspoon of cloves. There we are. We're gonna mix all this up completely together so that it's all in a nice mix. Gonna use our spoon, just making sure that everything's completely mixed thoroughly. Yeah, got a little mess there, so we'll set that off to the side. I'll just push that off into the sink, so we'll clean that up later. Now we're gonna go to our wet ingredients. So we're gonna take 4 eggs, and I've set them out to room temperature. Makes it a little easier to mix. Then we're going to use our sweeteners and our avocado oil. So we're gonna go ahead and just crack those eggs in. I'll rinse my hands real quick. We're going to add a half a cup of our brown sugar substitute. So there we are. And we're going to add a half a cup of regular sweetener. Everything's that way. And then 1/2 cup of avocado oil, or other oil that doesn't have a big flavor. Which I don't have enough, so I am going to set to the side and grab my olive oil to top that off. Half a cup. And then we're just gonna whisk this together until it's completely mixed up. So all the eggs, all the oil, sugars are all mixed. A nice consistent spatter. That one egg doesn't want to mix, does he? And once you've got it in a nice consistency, we're gonna go ahead and add our 1.5 cups of grated carrots. So I used our handy hand blender to make sure that we got those all whisked up nicely and cut into some nice pieces. We're gonna save just a little bit, and I didn't save enough there, for a little bit of sprinkle on the top. So I'm just gonna mix that in together. And from here, we're gonna start working our dry ingredients. And like I've done in the past, start your oven, preheat to 350. There we are. That way it's ready for you when you're ready to put it all in together. So we'll get this going, and as soon as it's mixed in there, we're gonna start adding our dry ingredients. So we're just gonna pull a little bit in and start the mix. And we'll keep doing that until we've got it all in and thoroughly mixed up. So before we started, I took our 2 pans. I took 13 by 9 so that we can cut those each in half to make our 4 squares. If you don't have that, you can do 3 8-inch pans. You can do a 3 level, totally up to you. You can do just a big giant thick one. Just be careful because of the cooking consistency. You don't want to have it too done on the edges and not done in the middle. So make sure you watch for that. So we recommend more than that 1, at least 2, maybe 3. Batter is starting to look really nice. We're almost finished with our dry ingredients going in. There we are. Oh yeah, that looks like a great carrot cake batter going so far. Bounce that out of our whisk. Make sure we've got every bit that we can out of it for our cakes. All right. We're just gonna take our 2-line sheet pans, not sheet pans, that are 9 by 13, and we're just gonna put half in each. Rest of that all out there. We're going to take our spatula and just smooth it all out to the edges so that we'll have a nice shaped cake cook. So as you can see, it's not going to be really thick, which is all right because we're going to stack it. We're gonna add some cream cheese icing and filling in between, and then on top as well. There's that one. We'll spread this one. And our oven is not ready yet, so as soon as we've got these together, we'll put them into the oven when it's ready. And then halfway through, while they're being cooked, we'll start on our cream cheese icing filling. So I'm gonna make sure we got all there. Right up into the edge there. And there we are, 2 9 by 13 sheet pans, and we'll put those in the oven as soon as it's ready. All right, our oven just came to temperature, so we're gonna get these 2 in the oven. They're gonna cook for about 20 minutes, but you wanna keep an eye on them because you just want them to be nice and golden brown, a little softness in the center. So I'm gonna get those in, right in there together. And while they're cooking, we're gonna go ahead and start on our cream cheese icing filling. So we're gonna take another bowl. We're going to take 8 ounces of cream cheese, a 1/2 cup of butter, 3/4 cup of powdered sweetener, and then we are going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and then a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. So we're gonna mix that all in together. I've already measured out, but that's kind of what it looks like. So we're just gonna go ahead and push that into there. It's already been sitting out for a while, so it's room temperature, so it is soft, which is gonna make it a little bit easier for us to mix up together. I like to go ahead and get this going together, the two of these, before we start adding any other ingredients. You can use a whisk, you can use another, with the softness of the room temperature cream cheese and butter, it's already gonna start to kind of just really easily mix up. So we're gonna add that 3/4 cup of sweetener. And we're gonna go ahead and mix that up as well. Get it going in there before we add too many other ingredients. All right, now we're gonna add our teaspoon of vanilla. Make sure I've got my teaspoon. And while we're here, we're going to add our 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. And we're just gonna gently mix this in until we got it all nice and working. Don't wanna miss out and lose any or make a mess. There we are. We're just now ready to wait till our cakes are done, and we'll let those cool. We're gonna cut those and stack them and place a little bit in between. We're not gonna go all the way around. We're just gonna go make sure it's got nice layered and set. So we'll wait till those are done. And as soon as they are, we'll be right back. All right, our cakes are cooled for about 20 minutes. I did put them into the refrigerator just to see if we could get them cooled down a little quicker. So we're gonna cut each one in half, place it on our plate, and we're just gonna start layering it up. In the ingredients list, I talked to you about using a 1/3 cup of pecans, diced pecans. My son's not a big fan of pecans, so we're gonna put 1/2 pecans in our icing as we layer it up so that he can have some and enjoy. And I tell you what, if I eat more of his without pecans, I have more with pecans. We're just gonna take and cut it right in half. And we're gonna see if we can lift this piece right up and over. Look at that, right onto the plate. And my plate barely fits, so that's great. We're gonna take just a little bit of our icing and place it on the top. We're just gonna spread it around. You can use a spatula. The spoon seems to be doing all right. And we'll get just a little bit in there, making sure it's nice and has flavor on every bite. Like I said, we're gonna use a little bit of our pecans that I didn't get into, and we're just gonna put them on half here, which I have to remember which half we're putting them on so that I don't cover all of them. There we are. We're gonna take our second half, try to line up our curves. Oh, stacking nicely. Get rid of this. So far, so good. So we're gonna go ahead and pre-prep this one ready to be sliced on our board there. And we're just gonna add some more of our filling right on top. We've got one more layer and then the top to finish off. So I want to make sure we've got enough to do. Going back to our pecans on the same side. Oh, nice. We'll cut this one in half. This one's corners are not as pretty, so we're gonna put it in the middle there again, still keep it right there stacking. And like I said, if you had round containers, you could do round pans and would make it, and then you could actually ice all the way around. We're not. We're gonna make this more of a home style carrot cake, leaving it open where you can see the layers, you can see that extra filling in there between. We'll save that last bit for on top. Get our last layer right here. Right on top, no problem there. We'll center this so you can see the last little bit. And we're going to use the rest of our icing all on top, making sure that it's nice and delicious. And if it drips over the sides, so be it, right? Oh yeah, there's a little bit starting to run down the side. We are all set. We're gonna put the last bit of our diced pecans on this side. And we're gonna take a last little bit of our diced carrots that we have and just sprinkle over the top. I am not good at making designs, so if you are, that's wonderful, but otherwise, there's what we've got. A nice little carrot cake. Let's give us a nice little slice. I've got a plate. We're gonna do this first. We're gonna clean a little bit off of right into our sink, which is the beauty of having the sink right there. I'm gonna give you a little bit of view of our carrot cake. And all right, let's cut us a slice and see how it tastes. We're gonna cut it on his side without the pecans. Look at that. Nice, beautiful cream cheese icing carrot cake. I'm not gonna eat this all in front of you, but I definitely could. It is wonderful. The cream cheese icing, the filling along. You can taste the cinnamon, you can taste the cloves. The carrots definitely are there. It's only 3.3 grams of carbs and it's sugar-free. So when you're looking to go on a holiday and you need something to take with you so that you can be a part of the family and still enjoy desserts and still enjoy the festivities, great spring dessert, carrot cake. If you like what you see, give us a like, give us a subscribe. Definitely hit that button to notify because we've got 2 more spring desserts coming. We've got a lemon tiramisu and for the kids, chocolate bird's nest with coconut and chocolate. So here's to health and happiness. Thanks.